Your dog is sitting outside the bathroom door right now. It has been there since the moment you closed it. Nothing scared it. Nothing unusual happened. It simply watched you walk in, followed you down the hallway, and calmly decided that this exact spot, 3 feet from the closed door, is exactly where it should stay. Most people immediately jump to one of two explanations. Either the dog is anxious, or the dog just loves you too much. Both ideas sound reasonable. But according to behavioral researchers who have spent decades studying dogs, neither explanation truly describes what is happening here. And once you understand the real reason, the dog waiting quietly outside that door starts to look completely different. Dogs that follow their owners from room to room actually have a name in scientific literature. Researchers call them Velcro dogs. The name makes it sound like something is wrong, as if the dog developed an unhealthy attachment. But in reality, this behavior is surprisingly normal. In 2013, researchers conducted a simple experiment. They gave dogs a puzzle toy that released food but could not be opened easily. The only thing they changed was one small detail. Sometimes the owner stayed in the room. Sometimes the owner quietly left. And that tiny change produced a very big difference. When the owner remained in the room, dogs kept trying to solve the puzzle longer. They explored. They experimented. They stayed curious and engaged. But when the owner left the room, many dogs quickly lost interest. They stopped trying and walked away from the puzzle. Then, researchers tried another variation. They placed a stranger in the room instead of the owner. And surprisingly, it made absolutely no difference. The dog still disengaged, which revealed something important. The presence of their specific owner changed the dog's behavior. Scientists call this the secure base effect. Your dog doesn't follow you because it cannot function without you. It follows you because when you are nearby, it actually feels more capable of exploring the world. There's another hidden process happening beneath this behavior. Researchers tested this with a strange object. They placed a fan covered with bright green streamers in front of dogs. Something unusual and slightly confusing. When the dogs saw it, 83% of them did something fascinating. First, they looked at the object. Then, they turned and looked back at their owner. And what they did next depended entirely on the expression on the owner's face. If the owner looked relaxed and positive, the dog moved closer. If the owner looked nervous or uncomfortable, the dog backed away. Scientists call this behavior referential looking. Your dog is literally using your reaction as a guide to understand the world.
What a good boy.
Now think about what this behavior requires physically. In order to look at you for information, the dog needs to be able to see you. That means staying close. That means moving when you move. That means following you into the hallway, into the kitchen, and sometimes even waiting outside the bathroom door. This isn't clinginess. It is positioning. Your dog is simply keeping its most reliable source of information within visual range. From the dog's perspective, you are the most useful guide to what might happen next. In homes with multiple people, dogs almost always follow one person more than the others. And the reason usually isn't emotional preference, it is prediction. Dogs pay close attention to patterns. Who opens the fridge? Who reaches for the leash? Who usually stands up right before something interesting happens? The person whose movements most often lead to meaningful events becomes the most valuable source of information. So, when that person walks across the room, the dog follows. Not because it needs them emotionally, but because something interesting might be about to happen. A fascinating study discovered something even more surprising. When dogs enter unfamiliar environments, they sometimes copy their owner's movements even when those movements are unnecessary, even when the dog already knows a shorter path. Instead of taking the efficient route, the dog repeats the same steps the human just took. Why? Because when the rules of the environment are unclear, the safest strategy is to follow the individual who understands the environment better. Staying close to the human becomes a form of navigation, not submission, not dependency, but intelligent uncertainty management. This behavior is not accidental. Researchers discovered something remarkable inside the dog genome. Two genes, GTF2I and GTF2IRD1, appear to influence extreme sociability toward humans. In humans, mutations in these genes are linked to Williams-Beuren syndrome, a condition that causes unusually strong social bonding with others. What makes this discovery fascinating is that wolves do not carry these genetic variants. Dogs do, which means thousands of years of domestication selected animals that naturally prefer to stay close to humans. Following you is literally written into their DNA. But there is one important distinction to understand. Following behavior does not automatically mean separation anxiety.
Hi, everyone.
Research found something surprising. Dogs with diagnosed separation anxiety did not actually spend more time near their owners at home. The difference appears in what happens when the owner leaves. A Velcro dog can relax when you step away. It may choose to follow you when possible, but it does not panic when you disappear briefly. A dog with separation anxiety cannot disengage. Its stress builds rapidly, even if the separation lasts only seconds. These are two very different behavioral systems. So, the next time your dog sits quietly outside the bathroom door, consider what might actually be happening. It has positioned itself where it can hear you, smell you, and detect the moment you move again. It is monitoring the most reliable source of information in its world. Over weeks and months, your dog has learned something very clear. You are the center of the most meaningful events in its environment. You are the one who explains the world. Your dog isn't following you because something went wrong. It's following you because, to it, you are the most interesting, most useful, and most trusted presence in existence. And according to science, that might be the highest compliment a dog can give.